Hi, honeys. It is Saturday, May 16th, and Brad and I just got a new couch, and I'm really excited about it. We bought it from a local mom and pop furniture store. So it was nice because we supported a small local business in the process. And now we have to wait 2 weeks for it to arrive, but I am just so happy because the couch that we got, sorry, it's really hot in here. The couch that we got was, I ordered it online, so we never got to sit on it before we bought it. And it was smaller than I thought it would be. And we can't even both sit on it comfortably at the same time. So it's just been quite the struggle having this couch. This couch, it's actually a sofa, and it's got two recliners on it. It's got one on each end, and then in the middle it doesn't recline or anything, but it's very comfortable. And so we can recline and watch movies together. We can snuggle up together on the couch now. If anybody comes over, three people can sit on it now comfortably. And if I want to lay down and take a nap or something or whatever, it's the perfect couch for us in our current situation. And the nice part is too, it's a piece out of a sectional couch. And so if we end up moving into a house and we have a larger living room, we can get the other sections and turn it into a nice big sectional couch. And that's really nice too, that we have that ability. It's not just, a lone thing. But I'm really glad that I asked the owner if we could just buy the one piece, because it originally was a set and we just got the one.
It was almost $2,000.
Yeah, for the whole set. So, but yeah, so I'm so excited because the couch that we had, or that we have now, really hurts my back. And it's not comfortable at all. It never has been. And that's why we had decided. Why are you laughing? Are you laughing at me?
Yes.
Go ahead and say it.
Because I told her not to buy the couch.
He did. He said, don't ever buy furniture that you haven't been able to sit on. And I said, no, it's got good ratings, and it looks wonderful, and it's cute. And
I am thoroughly opposed to chairs and couches that you don't get to test run first.
or beds.
Or beds.
Of course, we bought our bed without playing on it, but
yeah,
that was a good purchase. So that one worked out well.
It did.
We love our bed. But then again, it's so similar to the bed we had before. We knew what we were getting into with it, I think.
For the most part, yeah.
Because we have one of those foam beds, But, okay. So you were right. I was wrong.
That's the only time you'll ever hear that.
And I'm sorry. And he only hears that about once or twice a year, so. May 16th, 2020, you heard it, baby.
Uh-huh. Outback is still not open.
Oh, it's not open?
No.
Oh, shit, you're right. It's not open. Now there's cars in the back, unless they just open later in the day. You want to do the medications and then, or you want to go the other way? Okay. Hobby Lobby, Best Buy, medications.
I can
home.
take a left at the light over there.
Okay, perfect.
And we can do the car wash on the way too.
Oh, that'd be nice.
This thing needs it real bad.
Our car's name is Dorothy, and Dorothy needs a shower. So we're going to take her to get a shower. We have one of those things that another mom and pop company that's local that we're supporting. They have like a monthly, it's like $5 more than one car wash. If you pay it every month, you have unlimited car washes. And so we get our car washed
at least
a
every
lot.
week.
Yeah.
And you need to in the
Go
desert.
straight. Hobby Lobby's over here.
Oh, shit, I forgot we're going there.
Yeah. Oh, Applebee's dining room is open.
Oh, I didn't even know there was one here.
I thought we ate there. Or was that me and my mom when I came
It
here,
wasn't
when we
me.
first got here?
I haven't been doing Applebee's since we got here. Last time we went to Applebee's was that nasty one in Pinellas Park. over by the Five Guys.
Oh, yeah.
And we went in there like there's syrup and dried beer all over the place.
Oh, that was terrible. I remember that, and it was packed.
Yeah, it was just nasty.
I shouldn't laugh. It was probably one of the top 5 worst meals we've ever had. But then other Applebee's experiences are great. Now, when I went to this one, I guess it was with my mom then, if it wasn't with you. It was good.
Yeah, I haven't been to Applebee's in over 2 years.
So yeah, just get in this lane when you have a chance.
Working on it, waiting for this pick-em-up truck to decide what to do.
So it looks like Old Navy, TJ Maxx, all of them are still closed. Dang. So Hobby Lobby's open, and so is their parking lot. Barnes & Noble's still closed. All right, so it's an hour and a half later?
Approximately.
I went into Hobby Lobby, you guys. So the parking lot is full, and I mean full, like it's pouring into the Barnes & Noble next door to it. And so I go in there, and it was just a madhouse. There were so many people in there, and everybody's just talking about how they just had to get out of the house, and everybody's been having all these ideas on what they want to do to their house, or things they want to make or whatever, and they've been waiting all this time. So everybody came out all at once, and I ran in there, and I didn't grab a cart because I figured I'm just gonna get a few things and go. And I figured, oh, you're laughing, and then go, and I will, there's probably an express line or something, and I'll just leave that way. And oh wait, no, it's the next light. So I'm just holding all these things in my hands, and of course it's Hobby Lobby. So I see things on sale that I just have to get, right? And things that I wasn't planning on buying. So, for example, I got 2 mugs today, but I'm going to get rid of 2 mugs, so it's okay. I know you're thinking we have enough mugs, but I'm going to get rid of the other 2. But so I go to get in line, and the line is all the way back to the back of the store, all the way to the back. And I picked, not knowing it, I picked the slowest line there was. There was one family at the front of the line. It was like 6 people, and they were each getting rung up separately. And I don't know what the heck they were buying, but it was almost like each person was buying an entire 8-piece setting of dinnerware or something. Because it's like every item they bought was like being wrapped up and then put in boxes. And it was just crazy. It took this one family, I'd say about half an hour to get rung up. And so I ended up being in line for an hour. A whole hour. That was so crazy. And then about half an hour into being in line, there was a couple in front of me, and the husband says, "Would you like me to go get you a cart?" And I'm like, "If you don't mind." I had no idea that it was going to be like this. I mean, I saw the line, but I didn't think we'd just be standing there for an hour, But yeah, so right towards the end, the very, very end of the whole thing, the cashier that was up there left, and a new one came in. Oh. And the new one that came in was really fast. What the heck?
Looks like he's fighting the popo.
Yeah, there's a big fight going on back there. This guy's like punching the cops and stuff back there. Is it funny? No, but I laugh at weird things. Anything that's uncomfortable, I will laugh at. Like if I trip and fall, I'll hysterically start laughing. Is it funny? No. But to me it is.
Oh, this is open.
Oh. Lolo's Chicken and Waffles is open. We love that place. So you go in there. Obviously it's chicken and waffles, right? But they have, oh, another cop coming for that situation. They have, so it's chicken and waffles, and then the butter has like cinnamon in it, like that's really good. And then you can get Kool-Aid, and they have a bunch of different flavors. And so we both times we've gone, we've got Kool-Aid, and it's like they give you this huge mason jar full of like a bunch of ice and Kool-Aid, and it's so good, so refreshing, perfect for the summer. And the waffles are good, and the chicken is, I have to say, one of the better chickens I've ever had. Whoa, this person is just not acknowledging that you're here. It doesn't matter that you have the right of way, Brad. Because he's here, you need to wait. Okay, we are back from Hobby Lobby and our errands, and I wanted to show you what I got there. I said I would. Now I want to tell you, if you're into lemons, I know some of you are. I love lemons. If you're into lemons, they have a bunch of lemon decor there right now. And they now a lot of it's online too. You can get it online, and if you're not comfortable going in the store, you can do curbside pickup. I think they're even doing you can order things online and have them delivered to your house too, if your local Hobby Lobby isn't open yet. Okay, I got this little wall, I want to say hook, but it is a hook. I mean, it angles up a little bit, but this is for our bathroom to put our hand towel that we use to dry our hands when we wash them on. We've been using those little tiny hooks that you can get, like the command hooks, and they're just too small. It's irritating. You have to fiddle with it the whole time, and then we end up breaking them off the wall, and it's just this whole thing. So I saw these. Now this was originally $8.99 for this cute little thing, and it was half off, so I got it for $4.50, and it's got the little thing on the back so that you can easily hang it. Their Easter decor was 80% off, and I just had to have this cute mug. Now this is a bigger mug. Does it say how many ounces? 16 ounces. Okay. And so this was $8, and I got it for $1.60. I just had to have this. To me, it's the part of me that loves Alice in Wonderland. Just, doesn't that look like the vintage Alice in Wonderland images that you saw in the original book? I just love it. Okay. And I think I mentioned earlier in the car, I'm going to get rid of, that's my whole thing is, if I buy a mug, I have to get rid of one. So I have to really want one to get one. Okay, and then I got a second mug. This one was $10 originally, and I got it for $4.99. So cute, right? I love strawberries. And this one is 12 ounces. So it's still a good size. I don't really like 8-ounce mugs. To me, they're too small. Unless you're drinking tea, they're not really big enough. But I like mugs that are big enough, like this one. You could put soup in there. I like that. I like being able to have mugs that you can put other things in. Okay, so this is a charger that has this cute detail on it, and it's plastic. I have no idea what this cost originally because they covered it up, but it's on clearance now for $1.99. Does it say? No, it doesn't say the original price. That's really soft. Okay, so what I want to do with this is hang it on the wall in the dining room. I just think this would add a little bit of a nice, delicate, cozy feel to the dining room. Well, I'm not going back because this was crazy, but this was supposed to be half off and it wasn't, but it's okay. It was $11.99, so it still wasn't that much, but I just think this is so cute. I just love it. And what I wanted to do with it is, back here behind me, you see these hooks? I wanted to put it up above it on the wall. I just thought this was, I don't know, there's something about it that just makes me feel really happy. And I want to feel happy every time I walk in or out the door, you know? Just something cheerful. It's got like this happy summer merengue feeling or something. Oh no. So I got each of us a Hershey's bar, and as you can see, they have melted. They were in the trunk and we were driving. I can't believe they melted. Of course, it is in the 90s. So I'll just, we discovered the last time this happened, you can just put these in the fridge and they just get right back to where you want them to be. It just doesn't have Hershey's etched in the chocolate anymore. Okay, let me move the camera here. Okay, you see this here, this ugly thing. This is the air conditioner. This whole big monstrosity. And we had covered it up with the magnets. And the magnet board, as you see, is down. Oops, my hand doesn't want to do that. Down here. When the guys came to fix our AC and they went to screw this top back on there, the the area they screwed it into is now, what's that called? Like the screws just come right back out of the wall. I don't know what that's called. Starts with an S. Anyway, so now we can't put this back up here because we don't have screws that are long enough. And we decided that we don't really want it sticking out that far to where we're slamming into it every time we come around the corner. So we're going to move this magnet board to a different location in our apartment. But we want to put something up there because it's just so ugly. I just don't like looking at it. It's this huge eyesore. And so we decided that we wanted to have a tapestry up there. And so I found, I'm not sure which one to use yet. We'll figure it out. But there's this blanket here. And it was half off. It was originally $24.99. So I got it for $12.50. And I thought, this is probably what we're going to put up there, I would think. But I think this will look a lot nicer than it does now, just having a little bit of color, a little bit of texture up there. But then in their spring area, they had these table runners that I love. Aren't these, I mean, they're just gorgeous, right? And so they're nice and thick. I'll show you here. You see how thick that is? I mean, it's just really beautiful. And I thought, well, I could put these next to each other up there if I wanted to, if that other thing doesn't work out. Let me show you here. They've got some. Aren't these pretty? So here's the edge of it. It's got little tassels and stuff. But these are actually table runners. So they're only 14 inches wide. And then they're 72 inches long. So they're really long. So I thought, well, if I don't end up putting these next to each other, I'll probably hang this up over my fireplace. I think it would look beautiful up there. And then this, I'll either hang up somewhere or I'll just use this as an actual table runner. And it's really no big deal to have both of these. But these were both half off. They were originally $30, so I got each of them for $15, which to me, I think that's a steal for what they are. I mean, these are gorgeous. And these are made in India. I just love these. I'm into this whole boho on the walls look. That's why I have that on my wall. I do. I love that look. It just makes me feel cozy. And for some reason, I have got really into, in the living room especially, kind of like a boho look mixed in with a slightly industrial look, like the silver and the gold, and then the one, well, we've got this painting back here. It's got a bunch of colors on it with silver and gold, but then we have that other painting that I've showed you before that is like a cityscape with silver and gold on it. So it's just, I don't know, it does. It feels kind of like a mixture of boho and industrial, and I really like it. And that's all that matters. I really don't care if other people like it, as long as Brad and I like it and it feels like home to us. So I'm really excited to. Oh, there's one other thing I got. I forgot to mention this. I found this little box. What this is for the living room. I always have just all kinds of crap. I have like a little, I've got like this back massage thing, and I've got pens and pencils and nail polish and nail files and little post-it notes, and I've got little journals I write in and all that stuff. And I love having it, and I always want it out here in the living room, but I don't want to look at it anymore. I don't like that cluttered look. I want it to look nice and clean in here. And so I found this box, and it should all fit in there with plenty of room to spare. And so the goal for me is to only have my coffee books, my coffee table books on the coffee table, and then the remotes and maybe whatever we're drinking or something. But I don't want to have a bunch of crap out here anymore. And so I think that this will be really nice. Now, where is my receipt? Here it is. So this box, it's got the lid that pops off, and it's got these nice middle, nice middle detail on the, what do you call this? The handles. And then it's got these cute little polka dots, pink polka dots inside. So this was originally $12.99, and I got it for, where are you? $6.49. So I got it half off. That's quite a good price for that, and I just love this pattern. Okay, so I had told Sandy that I was going to go ahead and record me making the tea that I had told you guys about. So what I just take this Salada green tea natural. I got this at Smith's. I think it was a couple dollars for 40 tea bags. And I take some hot boiling water. Look at this mug. This is Brad's mug from McDonald's, I want to say in the very late 80s or early 90s. It was from a Batman movie. So I just take some clover honey. Just squirt some in. Cayenne pepper. Now with this, they say to put a dash in there, which this spoon is a dash. To me, that's way too much. It would light my esophagus on fire. So I only put, I don't know if you can see that, about that much, just a tiny little bit, tiny dash. And that is plenty. Then you take the juice of half of a lemon. Just squeeze it in there real good. A sprig of mint. I just get this nice and mixed up. I just let this steep for about 5 minutes and then I drink it. Good morning. Today is May 19th, 2020. It's Tuesday. I'm going to start today off by telling you something sad that happened, and then I'll move into, I'll just talk about a couple movies I've watched lately or something just to kind of cheer it up a little bit before I close this video. So it's kind of weird because I have not had a panic attack in a long time. It's been a while, like since way before this whole outbreak thing started. And last night I did have one. And it's kind of weird, but I think a lot of people have this. For me, the week of May 13th to May 30th, or May 13th to May 20th, those 7 days, it seems to be a very dark week of my life pretty much every year for the last 20 years. And I don't know why that is, but I've had a lot of loss, deaths, darkness, just bad things. If it's going to happen, it'll happen during that week. So I can't wait for tomorrow because it'll finally be over. But so just with some of the things, some of the loss and some of the darkness and just thinking about them, and then and just other stresses in life, it just, caused me to have a panic attack last night. And so while I was in the middle of the panic attack is when I got a phone call that my grandpa passed away. Which I guess there is no good time to find that out, but that was probably the worst time to find something like that out. Is being in the middle of a panic attack while you find out. So I'm okay. I mean, don't worry about me. My grandpa had really severe dementia, and he really has not been himself at all for probably 5 or 10 years now. He hasn't remembered who I am or anything. When Brad and I were first together when we were newlyweds, he got to meet my grandparents, and luckily I'm glad he did, because within probably a year is when everything really went downhill with both of them, and they were really never the same again. But I'll go ahead and just show some pictures of him and stuff while I'm talking about this. But so my grandpa has always been one of my favorite people. He's the one that introduced me to Kermit the Frog, and I remember he took me to see The Muppets Take Manhattan when I was a little girl in the theaters. He sent me before we went and saw that, he sent me the Muppet movie soundtrack, the one that has the Rainbow Connection on it. He got me my first Kermit doll. We both loved Kermit, and he actually reminded me of Kermit with his demeanor and like the way he would walk and stuff. But when I was a teenager, my grandparents moved up to the town that I grew up in. And they lived about 2 blocks from my mom and I and my stepdad. And it was just wonderful having them so close by. I could go to their house whenever I wanted, and they were always happy to see me. And I spent a lot of time with them. And so my grandpa was probably one of my closest friends in life. So was my grandma. So to have him get to a point where he no longer even remembered who I was really hard. But that was years ago. And to me, I guess, as weird as this sounds, that was when he left. And I know people might not understand that, but that's just how I feel. So we knew I think it was almost a week ago now that we knew that the end might be near for him. And he was 95 years old, so I think, he definitely lived a long life. And he really loved my grandma. They had the kind of love that people wish they had had in life. Just that epic, beautiful love. And he always said that he hoped that, as terrible as it sounded, he hoped that she would go after him because he couldn't stand the thought of living without her. And I think, with his dementia, when she passed away, he never could remember that she was gone. So he had to keep being told over and over again, which is just hell on earth for him. I'm sure it was. So for me, because I've had so much time to register all of it, and I knew it was coming, and it felt like he was kind of already gone in a sense. I don't know that it hit me the way it might normally when somebody that you're that close to passes away. But what crying I did do last night was really just relief for him that he's not suffering anymore, and happiness that he gets to be with his love again. So, yeah, I had a hard night last night, and Brad held me while I cried. And then this morning he made me some coffee, and I just stayed in bed and listened to music this morning and just kind of took the time I needed to process everything. And so, but I don't want to keep talking about sad things, because that's kind of deep, right? So I wanted to tell you about a few movies that I saw recently. I watched, Love, Wedding, Repeat on Netflix. And that was one of those movies. I'm trying to think. It almost had like that tempo of like Clue or Rat Race or something. Like it had this tempo to it that I really liked. And it's about a wedding. And, excuse me, I haven't had my tea yet. It's about this wedding, and the bride finds out that her ex is at the wedding and he wants to ruin her wedding. So she decides to have her brother sedate the guy so that he can't ruin her day. And that's what the movie is about. It's kind of like a domino effect movie where all these other things start happening and just going and going. And I found it really amusing and funny. I laughed harder than I've laughed in a long time. And so I really recommend that movie. It was a good movie. And it was very visually beautiful because it took place in the Paris countryside, which is gorgeous. Then I watched The Wrong Missy, which is also on Netflix. The Wrong Missy had, David Spade in it. That one's basically, okay, so this guy is single, and I think we've all had this experience if you've ever had a cell phone while you were single, where you have more than one person that you might be talking to, or more than one person that's in your phone with the same name. So he had gone on a blind date with a girl named Missy, and it was a nightmare. Then he met another girl named Missy, and she was just the perfect girl. Well, he invites Missy to go on this work convention trip. And the wrong Missy shows up, the one that was from the nightmare blind date. And the movie goes from there. There was a lot of funny parts, and of course, with those kind of movies, some over-the-top parts that, but the message was pretty neat about giving people a chance. And sometimes that person that doesn't seem so perfect might be perfect, and the person that seems perfect might just be a pretty picture to look at. So I thought that movie was actually pretty good. And then the other movie I watched uh, in the last week was She's Out of My League. I think that one is on Cinemax right now. And that movie was really good about this guy that ends up having this girlfriend that is out of his league, he thinks. And just all these different things transpire in the movie. It was funny, but it was also kind of endearing. There's a part in the movie that kind of reminded me of Brad and myself when we were first dating, where both people in the movie, both characters, felt like maybe they weren't good enough for the other person. Maybe this other person was just, because they think, I think it's kind of normal when you fall in love. It's like, this person is so great. I'm not good enough for that person. They they wouldn't want to be with me. And will other people when they meet us as a couple, will they wonder, why is this person with me? I'm not good enough for this person, right? I know I felt that way with Brad. I know he felt that way with me. I think it's just kind of normal when you first really fall in love with somebody really wonderful like that. It's like this little insecurity that kind of happens. And I think it's perfectly natural to feel that way in the beginning. I mean, obviously, it's not going to stay that way, but in the beginning, you'll feel that way. So I thought that movie was cute and just kind of a nice reminder of that. I am going to go edit this video and get it posted. I'm going to do my nails. I got my nail polish chipping and I need to redo them. I'm probably going to put the same pink color on them again though. I'm in a very pink state of mind lately. Do you do that where there's like a certain color that's kind of like your theme at different times in life? And you don't know how long it's going to last. It might be a week, it might be a year, but sometimes certain colors just really stand out to you, and that's what you want to wear and what you want to look at. And I don't know. I don't know what that is, but anyway, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.